That's so rude. I had a cute little picture. I had it all set, and the cat interrupted. And I have 5 bars. You guys find me again? Ah. Hello. In. Oh, yes, I think we're back. It froze, right? It froze on my end, and then it just like stopped, which is annoying because I have LTE and 5 bars. What the heck? Maybe my phone's just getting old. Maybe it's protesting. I got new glasses. Do you guys like them? I really needed them. I didn't realize how blind I was until I was like, oh, I let that go on too long. Oh, there's a person. Now I feel like a creep. Where are they going? There's no car over here. Okay, so I was spinning circles. Oh, dang. Weird. I wonder what's going on with that. Well, hopefully it's fixed now. So school's been going great. I have 2 band programs under my leash. The second band program is they haven't had a band since I've been in the. Thank you for the glasses. Yes, I like them. They haven't had a band program since I've been in the district, which has been 11 years. So all the instruments are old and dusty and rusty. So figuring all of that out has been kind of a lot, and they didn't give us a repair budget. So they gave my first school, my home school, a repair budget, but this new school they didn't. And I'm like, what? So I talked to the principal, and he's new, and he's like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. So we both were like, we don't know how to do this. So hopefully we get that figured out. Actually, I'll get that figured out because those kiddos deserve to have band. I have like 43 kids signed up. So did you guys hear about me talking about the gym and the consistency of the gym and how that is going? I don't know where it like broke off. I've been going to the gym every week, but I've been hitting my 4 workouts a week, which kind of like, it is what it is. There's always an adjustment period at the beginning of the year, trying to figure out the schedule. And here's the thing, like, I had the schedule figured out, but I just felt so bad taking 2 nights out of the week after school. Dogs were in their kennel. Well, Butch has a room. They were put away all day, and Simon now has like a little hallway. And then we come home, we eat, and we leave again, and it just makes me feel really guilty. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it work without doing that. I've been going right after school and not taking Caitlin. Sorry, Kate. And I guess that's been working. And then Saturdays, but I also don't want to go Saturday and Sunday because my Saturdays turned into getting up, going to the gym, running errands, going home, editing, and then it was bedtime every Saturday. And that became a lot. So I've been editing a little bit every single day just to try to not edit all day on Saturdays. We'll see if that lasts. I'm trying my hardest to be, you know, consistent, and I want to upload at least 2 videos a week again, and I'm going to get there starting next week. I already have stuff like planned and it's ready to go up, so no problem there. I want to go camping this weekend. I don't know if it's gonna, okay. I feel ya, hard time leaving my dog. Yeah, I don't ever want to leave my dog, ever. Never ever. I feel so guilty. And Caitlin was like, well, that's why we bought dogs, so we wouldn't, well, not bought, but adopt dogs, because just never leave because we'd feel guilty. And I feel guilty. She doesn't. She's fine. They sleep all day. And you know what? That is true. They do sleep all day. But I still feel guilty that they're not sleeping on the couch with me. You know, I want to give my little dogs the best life possible. And Butch is, he's hanging in there. Like, nothing is physically wrong with him, but he's definitely going deaf. Not cool. It makes me sad. Sorry, guys. It makes me really sad, and he barks a lot more, like so much more. Yesterday, I was so overstimulated with the dogs and the cat and everything that I was like ready to pull my hair out. And they were just being dogs, but I just needed to sit in pure silence for a moment. And I was like, Kate, I'm gonna lose it. Can I go camping by myself this weekend? But I'll take Simon. But I just need to be like too much going on, you know? Do you guys ever get like way overstimulated? So your dog was deaf and they adjusted, like, well, he stopped barking. Like, it's really bad. I've never had such a barky dog, and he didn't used to be that way. It's just gradually getting worse. If he hears anything at all, he freaks out and starts barking. And this is a new thing for him. I don't know what's up with that. Simon, and now he's teaching Simon to bark, and Simon knows what he's barking at. Oh, cool. I can't until he's fully deaf, I guess. No, that actually makes me really sad. We adopted, I don't know why I keep saying bought. I guess because I paid money for him. But we adopted Butch when he was a puppy. And Kate was like, I begged her for a dog forever. Because I've always had a dog. And my last dog, my ex kept. Even though that was my dog. But that's a story. So I've been like begging Kate for a dog. This was 6 years ago. And she's like, okay, but it has to be a Rottweiler. And I said, bet. And I've been scouring the adoption pages. And just one day popped up, he was an 8-week-old puppy, and it was like, bam, he was asleep, and I didn't even ask if we could get this dog. I just put my application in and put a deposit down. And I was like, when she woke up, I was like, hey, guess what, we're adopting a dog. And she's like, what? But he's the best dog in the world. Like, I love him so much. He's the biggest teddy bear. He always just wants to lean on me. Definitely a Velcro dog for sure. And Simon is very independent and wants to do things on his own. But when there's another dog around that he doesn't know, he's like, mommy, protect me. And we're slowly socializing him. He was like that with Butch too. Yeah, I'm like, they do ask for nothing. I don't know. That's a lie, because Butch comes up with his rope and he knows me to play tug of war with him. One of our dogs went through a barking period. Once he quiet. Okay, so he should get better once, you know, he gets used to it. That makes my head a little happy, but my heart sad. And we knew he was gonna live to like 8 to 10 years. So we take him everywhere. I take him everywhere. Like, we go on rides all the time. He gets a little pup cup, like ice cream, like once a month. And like, I'm probably gonna have to take a few days off of work when he passes. And I hope it's years from now, but I did my dad too. I kind of would think about it sometimes to try to like desensitize myself to it or something to help cope. I don't know. I want to live forever. He is my baby boy. Simon and I have definitely bonded. It took a while though. The vet said it really takes nothing from them quality of life wise. They just Learn to compensate. Well, that's good. That's good. I just want him happy and healthy as much as possible. Like, he's aging. He's a little old man now. Simon, he is such a spunky little puppy. He's a year old. He's, what, about 15 months now. I don't ever have him off leash anyway, so it's fine. I don't, even if he was off leash trained, because he's a Rottweiler, I don't think I would ever have him off leash ever, because if something happened, of course, everyone, like a Karen, would say it's his fault, even if her poodle attacked him. Kind of like that pug street. It's getting a little, it's very humid today, like very super humid. Are you gonna stop beeping? Wow, that was, I feel like, what was that, like, sorry, 5 beeps? That was a little excessive. But remember, like, the poodle came after Butch, and the owners tried to say that it was Butch's fault on a leash. So your pup is a hunting breed, so I don't trust her off leash one rabbit. That's how Simon is. Simon wants to come up the hill before we hear them, and he just like runs to the couch, and then he's like looking out, and it's the cutest thing ever. Simon and Caitlin have a weird relationship. I don't really know what that is. I think at some point she accidentally taught him to like play with her in like a growly, like mouthy manner. I don't know. He doesn't do it with me, but when she tries to like move him or pet him, sometimes he'll start like growling at her and mouthing at her hand, but her, like, his not tongue, his tail is wagging and he never bites down. So I don't know, it's weird. I mean, he's been to training, we're not experts, and like, she's not doing anything he doesn't like I do it, and he's fine. And he doesn't do it all the time, but sometimes he's like, I'm gonna put your hand in my mouth, rawr, at Caitlin. I don't know. So it's so weird how they both have very distinct personalities, completely different. Anyway, I could go on and talk about my dogs forever. My kids want to have band after school. That's never happened before. My kids at my homeschool, they were like, hey, we don't have band. Actually, hey, we don't have band every day. Why don't we have band every day? We should have band every. I'm like, guys, I don't have like, talk to the principal. Please talk to the principal, not me. I have no control over that. Like, well, what about after school? I was like, huh? What are you talking about, after school? And they're like, let's have band after school. I'm like, I'll ask the other classes. And so I asked other classes, and they're like, bet, let's have band after school. Let's have it on Friday. And I was like, no. I think it's gonna end up being on Friday because the boys have baseball, and the only day of the week they don't have baseball is Friday. And most of my kids are boys in band. I don't know how that happened. It just is. So I will probably get conned into having band on Friday because I love them, and the fact that they want to have, I have to give the children what they want. Because like, my schedule is weird this year. They took my band class, so I have a grade band. Well, okay, I have 5th grade sectionals, so there's usually 2 sections of that. And then I have a 6th grade band and a 7th grade band, or 7th and 8th grade band, depending on the year. They took each class and like broke it up, because now they just go to art. Like, their homeroom, say 801 goes to art, but the band kids go to band, but 802 is in PE, and I come from PE, so I don't get the 802 kids. I get the 802 kids later. So I don't have like a full band. We never meet all together, which is a whole new challenge, to say the least. Let's see. I have gotten like 1,200 subscribers this year, which is nuts. But it's like slowed down a lot, which is my fault. It's 100% my fault because I haven't been posting regularly, but we're gonna change it. We're gonna change it starting this week. Somebody said, how did I asked, and somebody asked, how did I choose music education? Like, and this is why. When I was 10, we had instrument tryout and I wanted to play drums because of course I did. But you had to go to the band room with the band teacher to go try them out. My anxious didn't want any part of that at all. Me go to a new room, I don't know where that's at, and only boys are going. Their crushes in the other band class. Yeah, probably. Star-crossed lovers. Hey, you know what? When I have band kids date each other, it gets a little weird, okay? Because like I'm now the parental figure. Or when somebody dates somebody I don't like, like, girl, you can do so much better. Get a boyfriend. But anyway, so I tried out the trumpet, and the first sound I ever made on trumpet sounded like a horse. It was like a hot, like, or something, I don't know. And the band director's eyes sparkled, and she was like, yes, that. And I was like, okay, because I was impressionable and anxious as hell. I've had anxiety my whole life. Like, I was the kid in the corner trying to be invisible. So I get the trumpet a week early because my grandpa went and picked it up because he paid for it and everything. And I got the beginner book and I opened it, and I literally played through that entire beginner book in a week by myself. I went to the first day of band and I got the stuff out and I just played through the entire book, and my band director was like, huh? I was a special ed kid. Let's be clear. I was labeled as one of the dumb kids. Now that's awful. Special ed kids are not dumb. But back in the day, they would put you in a little room with all the other little special ed kids to never be seen again. Absolutely awful. I am so glad it's changed, at least worth. The kids are not taken out into like a special room anymore. They stay with their clients. So anyway, I was labeled as special ed with a learning disability, and back in the day at my particular school, that meant I was pretty much like written off as not going to accomplish anything. And all of a sudden, this little shy kid just can play everything in the beginning band trumpet book. And my band director was just like, so she put me in advanced band as a 5th grader. So as a person that was never good at school, never felt successful at school or anything in my life, honestly, I was the best bench warmer there ever was to warm benches in basketball. I wasn't too bad at softball, but I was not very good at sports. In high school, I made the top band as a freshman. I was first chair trumpet from sophomore to senior year. I had solos in marching band, I did drum corps, and then I became a section leader and realized that I was good at teaching, that I really connected with people and knew how to explain things in not a mean, awful manner. So then I was like, music education. My senior year, I had 4 band classes, 3 or 4. I had an independent study that I worked on audition music and music theory. I had a concert band, the lower band class, and I helped conduct that. That was kind of cool. That was fun. I had symphonic band / marching band, and then I had jazz band. I'm so glad you like my story. So I did band all day my senior year, and I went to school for music. And I would like to say that my 8th grade year, my parents had to fight with the counselors to take me out of special ed in high school. And they listened to me and they were like, oh, hi, They listened to me, and I said, I don't want to be in special ed in high school. Like, I need it. And so my parents were very like, no, she's not going to be in special ed. If she says she doesn't want it, she doesn't want it. So I wasn't in special ed in high school, and then by the time I got to senior year, I was in enriched English classes. So, you know, I was very good at math though. That's so cool that you're from Australia. Is it cold there? Like, you guys are in winter right now, right? Almost spring, because it's almost fall here. How cold does it get in Australia? I've always wondered that. But anyway, so yeah, that's why I'm a band director, because it was literally the only thing I ever felt successful at, and beyond, like, not just successful, but like better than everyone else successful. And as a person who had zero self-esteem as a child, extreme anxiety, and the second they put it in my hand, all that was gone. It was just meant to be. I wanted to teach high school though. I mean, I think every band director that goes to band director school wants to teach high school, but there's kind of a glass ceiling with that. It's getting better, but it's a man's profession. I went on so many interviews for high school band, and I got close, but I would never get a job, another. So I got an offer at my school eventually, and I realized that I was really, really good at beginning band, and I was really, 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 really good with connecting to underserved youth, probably because I was underserved, but in a much different manner. So, you know, it stuck. I left my current school for a year. I went to a more affluent area, taught middle school band, took them to Six Flags, did all the contests, did all of it, did all the district stuff, got first place, got the trophies. I did all that, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And I went back to my school because, of course, the guy that took my place quit, because not a lot of teachers stay. You know, it takes a certain person to teach where I teach, and that's okay. But we definitely do have people quit a lot. So yeah, that's why music. It's weird that it's my job now. I'm used to it because it's been like 13 years, but music used to be my hobby, and now it's my profession. And that's when I started getting into YouTube, was like, I need a new hobby. And I was on the speech team, and I was pretty good with speech. I would do improv, so it would give me a subject. In grade school, they would just give me a subject, and then I would have to talk about it. And then in high school, they would give me a subject, but it was usually like an argumentative type thing, and I would have to pick a side and argue it. And so I did that, and I was pretty good at it. I don't know. I'm just a creative person in general. So I started YouTube when I came out, and I had fun videos of being a dorky little girl at college. And they scared the bejeebies as to not have like any social media. They were like, there can be no drinking pictures on your social media. Don't talk about your political views on your social media. Don't talk about any of your relationships on your social media. Don't talk about your sexual orientation on, like, all of it. And I was like, oh God. So I didn't post for years. And I just started like 2 years ago to really post again. Band director is so cool, and so happy you found your groove. Yep, it's cold here, but not compared to the cold you get in Illinois. Our state only gets snow in the mountains. Temps are 50 degrees. 50 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Fahrenheit? Oh, you said an F, Fahrenheit. Okay. Used to be a chef. Yeah, doing my hobby as a job sucked. Yeah, I kind of had an identity crisis for a while. and I don't play in any community bands because I don't like the competitive environment of the trumpet section. Anybody who's been in band knows the stereotypes of trumpets. They're kind of assholes. We're egotistical a little bit. I mean, you have to have an ego to play like lead trumpet in jazz because it's high and it's like a bop and very high. Like, you gotta be very confident in yourself. And trumpet players are always competing with each other, and that's just not my vibe anymore as an adult. Like, I don't want that energy in my life. So I don't really play trumpet professionally anymore. Sometimes that makes me sad, but other times I'm like, meh, whatever. There is a jazz band around here that I was thinking about meeting. There's also a polka band, and I would do that. We have like a German hall here, or society, and they have like dinners every Friday night, and they have the polka band play like twice a month, and Kate and I will times, and they're just drinking beer and playing polka. And I was like, wait a minute, I've found my calling. I found the band I want to be in. I could play polka and drink beer. I'd be great at that. So I might ask them one day, like, hey, do you need another trumpet player? Because I can play trumpet and drink beer as well. Like, I like dark beer, and then you're in. You have to like dark beer to play in a polka band. I taught myself how to play guitar in high school, and drums in high school, and clarinet in high school. Then at college, and got my butt handed to me. Bad. I received a scholarship from a smaller university. Well, was it a college? Yeah, it was a college. A much smaller college, and it was gonna be like kind of a lot of money, but I didn't want to be the best trumpet player there. So I went to a bigger university, and I was one of the worst trumpet players there. But that made me such a strong educator, and I'm glad I did that, even though it kind of made me feel like a lot. I almost dropped my music ed major at one point because, like, with my dyslexia, and my processing, I think it was more my processing delay, I hit a wall in my trumpet playing, and I could not progress any more than that. And I was just getting like pressure from all sides to like practice more. No amount of practicing could make my mind process what I needed to fast enough. I actually had to start like memorizing my music to be able to play it, and to memorize an etude with senior in college, those etudes are like professional level etudes, and there's a lot of black on the page. So I had to practice a lot just to be average, which kind of stinks, you know? It is what it is. Do you guys have any questions for me at all? Like, you wonder anything about my life that you see? Sometimes I feel like I've been called out on having holes in the storyline of life, but I think it's just my ADHD, but also from like video to video, sometimes I don't remember exactly what happened. I mean, half the time when I edit it, I don't remember what happened in my life, and I'm just like in for the ride, just like you guys are, like, ooh. So if you have any questions about anything, I am gonna go into a calorie deficit soon. I think I'm gonna maintain for a week or two more, and then we're gonna start cutting our calories back. This time around, I'm gonna try my best to stay away from processed food as much as humanly possible. Do you ever get to clinic in competitions? So my other band, we would go to competitions, and we also did regional band and stuff, but the band I have now, like, I'm more worried about them just learning how to cope with feelings, and we're using music as a tool for that, like kind of like music therapy. But I will say my band this year, we contest. They're very good. They learn very slowly and they don't practice. So I had to like let go of all that to be happy where I'm at. Like, I have to be happy with going to competitions or getting any sort of really recognition for my work, because my children they're just not at that level. It's okay. A lot of them read way below grade level. Like, there's some 8th graders that read at a 3rd grade reading level and like 3rd grade math, and it's just the reality of the situation of the area in which I teach. I teach in an inner city school. It's actually the 2nd poorest zip code in Illinois. And no, I'm not in Chicago. But it's a lot of crime. There's violence, not necessarily in our school, but our children are affected by it. So, you know, I've experienced children in the past, unfortunately, passing. So, you know, I love my school so much. I love my students so much. It's just a different beast. And I think anybody in that position, in my position, like, you have to let go of the prestige of contests and just really give the kids a musical experience and let them be kids. Because when they go home, they don't get to be kids. They have to help their siblings, and actually kind of really sad sometimes. A lot of the times, if they have things after school, walk their siblings home, and then they come back to school. Hey, I'm glad you did the sup group. That's such a great group. Sometimes there's a little bit of know-it-alls in there. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the stand-up paddleboard, there's a Facebook group for plus-sized people, and it's a really awesome supportive group. And if you ever have questions, and if you have like, what board should I buy, there's some people in there that will jump on the chance to give you advice. So I'm glad you like that group. What's the personal growth you're most proud of and you've made in recent years? Going to the gym like 218 times since last July, I mean. That's nuts. As a person that has been sedentary my entire life up until last July, it's pretty amazing. I mean, I guess in high school I wasn't sedentary. I did do drum corps and I did lose a bunch of weight, and I was slim thick. I was never like tiny. I don't think I ever will be tiny, but I was definitely a slim thick girl. But the second I came home, I gained it all back because I wasn't reaching 12 hours a day. And when I was on corps, we would eat 4 meals a day, like big meals, and I was still losing weight. I lost like 100 pounds that summer, I swear. I don't even know. I lost a lot of weight. But anyway, but I also had a hard time keeping food down. My anxiety was really, really bad, and I would throw up on my way to school every morning. My dad would to school, and we'd always stop halfway. So that was rough. Let's see. Am I going to be in the shred? Yes, I have already registered, already ready. I'm gonna do the shred. I think I need a structure to get back into everything. I need the kick in my butt, you know. I don't want to get off the consistency train, and I kind of have a little bit, but not completely. I still am 2 times a week minimum. So, and I still haven't like binge ate, but lately I've been feeling it, and I don't know why. I think it was boredom. Like, before school started, I would just think about eating like a whole pack of donuts for some reason, or getting like a whole box of Twinkies and eating them. Like, I would just random like things would pop up into my head, thoughts, and like, ooh, wouldn't it be great if you could just eat a whole bag of donuts right now? Yeah. And it's like, where are these thoughts coming from? So I'm ready for the consistency push with the shred. I'm excited for it. Let's see. Yeah, time management too. You're right. Like with the YouTube channel and work and going to the gym and keeping my house somewhat going, it's a lot of time management for sure. There was a post not long ago about not obsessing over standing on the board, just enjoying being out. Yeah, I did see that post. I have given up on standing on the board. One, my knee, I don't want to mess it up. It's feeling like a lot better. But two, like, you know, I fish from my board a lot. That's fun. Yeah, when you're bored, you're just like, what tastings can I put in my mouth? I'm glad it was life-changing. Yeah, so many people are so obsessed with like standing up on their paddleboard, and it's like, why? 5 a.m. club for life? No. I want to be a 5 a.m. gym girly. I really do. But I hate the mornings. I don't know when it happened, but at some point in my life, the last 2 or 3 years, I have turned into the grouchiest, whiniest baby in the morning, and half the time I don't feel good and I'm half asleep, and somehow I don't make it to the gym. I could keep struggling on that train. I don't remember if this is from a different video, like if I already posted it or if I'm editing it currently, but I did talk about like one thing, if I could communicate people, like if there is one thing I could give somebody trying to lose weight, like a lot of weight advice, would be not to go, if it's too, like it's a little windy, if it's too loud, let me know. Don't go too far outside of your comfort zone, like your norm. So getting up at 5 a.m., I could struggle through it and try my best to make it a routine, but I feel like it's too far outside of that comfort zone that it wouldn't be consistent enough, and then I would feel bad about myself. So I have going right after work a lot more, and that seems to help. So I don't want to schedule my whole day and say, well, I'm going to go to the gym at 5 a.m. and then my half awake self sabotages me because I'm a completely different person right out of bed. It takes me about a half an hour before I'm a real human. It just ruins the whole day, and then I don't get a workout in, and it's not worth it. You know, I would love to be a 5 a.m. gym girly, but it's not gonna happen. Hey, I'm glad you could catch me again too, Zane. Is that how you say it? Zane 336. Can't stand right now. Yeah, I feel that. Need to get ready for the gym, take care all, have fun at the gym. I'm a morning person, 10 a.m. My daughter is wide awake, rearing to go for a walk. I have to drive. Yeah, so, oh man. Maybe if I had one of the dogs to wake me up. Not a 5 a.m. though, unless it's insomnia. I used to have really bad insomnia when my diet was worse. I've always been a night owl. I'm becoming a night owl. It's a new thing. I used to go to bed 8:30, 8:30, 9 at the latest. I'm staying up till like 12 now. Not 12. Back up, like 10 or 11. It's weird. Yeah. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up now because it's pushing 4 o'clock. I drink a lot of coffee and my bladder is real little. So I need to go to the bathroom, get Caitlin her tea. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I always love chatting with you guys. Sunday we will have a video. Wednesday we'll have a video. We're going back to 2 videos a week. And hopefully my goal is to work up to 3 videos a week. So I hope you guys enjoyed everything. But until next time, be kind to yourself. Bye friends. I love y'all.